Heyo, welcome everyone to Today in the Scene by Indie Arcade Wave. I'm Joe, your host, and here on In the Scene, we dive into what's happening in the arcade space from arcade owners and operators, new indie developers, and just news in the space in general. Now, if you're looking to bring an indie arcade game to your arcade, don't forget that the website is live. We've got 13 games on there now. You can buy most of them right off the website, or you can just reach out to me and we can put you in touch with the developer and then move forward from there. Now, we've got an arcade in Brooklyn today. They are a video game store, so they sell games, but they also have an arcade that's focused on fighting games. It's Brooklyn Arcade. I've got Esteban with us today. How you doing, Esteban?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm glad you're on here. I'm excited to chat about the arcade. This is a unique scenario. I actually had a member of your community reach out to me saying you should interview the owner of this arcade because we love the spot. And I hear you guys started a Kickstarter and everything. So let's start with who's Esteban. Like, just tell us a little bit about your history with video games and how you got
Mm.
started with that.
So yeah, my name is Esteban, and we started with buying and selling retro games from a small location, a small booth on 18th Avenue and 66th Street, and pretty much we were there 1 year. After that, we pretty much lost our lease, so we had to start looking for a for another place, pretty much. And that's where we moved into Brooklyn Video Games on 68th Street, 6801 20th Avenue. And this year we're actually gonna make 10 years over there.
Yeah, I love that you guys have been around for 10 years already and you're doing a bunch of stuff with games. How did the arcade side start? Because I mean, obviously, you were selling retro games and stuff, but did the arcade come like with the games or did someone just give you an arcade or what happened?
No, so a few people had been asking us, so we started looking. Our first arcade we found on Craigslist. It was a Neo Geo um arcade cabinet with Samurai Showdown, Puzzle Bobble, and we brought it into the store. It was very successful. People liked it. They started asking us for the different games like King of Fighters 98, 2002. And after that, it was like a snowball effect. We started hosting tournaments. More people started to come out. And yeah, with the help of a few friends, we were able to find a second machine. One of my friends, Ben, was able to find it for me. And then we have another friend who does repairs on the arcades, so he was able to bring it back to life, and that's Jose. So pretty much we had two arcade machines inside a retail store, and we started doing tournaments. We would get like 10, 20 people, and it just kept growing. We would get, I think, like 40, 50 people in a very small location. It's about 500 square feet, 600 square feet. So it was very chaotic. So once we once the pandemic happened, luckily um, our business did very well, and we were able to expand. And this is where we opened in Brooklyn Games and Arcade. We made 3 years. We're supposed to be going for four this year, but yeah, this is where we're at.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's awesome that you got that many people into that small of a space. Like having 50 people in that small of a space, you really feel that. But it shows
Yeah.
that your community is growing and that people really wanted a place to play fighting games.
hmm
I saw that you guys run a lot of events. How many cabinets do you have in the arcade right now, and what is your guys' event schedule like?
So we post a monthly calendar. Um, Upstairs we have probably like eight, you know, head to head, but realistically it would be, if we count them separate, it would be like 16. And then downstairs we have more. Upstairs we have like the main floor is Japanese arcade candy cabs, and downstairs we have like the American Big Reds, Big Blue with Marble 2, King of Fighters, a little bit of everything. And yeah, we do host a lot of fighting game tournaments, but we also have a lot of retro gaming consoles where, you know, if you're not too into fighting games, you could just like chill and play something casually. We have like GameCube and 64, Super Nintendo, uh, Xbox 360 with Guitar Hero, Rock Band. Just a good variety.
Yeah, I think that that sounds like you guys have a lot of games to play and plenty of community to build around that. What is your guys' most popular tournaments? Like what games really shine for you guys and bring a lot of people in?
So the most popular tournament right now, I would say, is Third Strike, Street Fighter 3. Um, Usually we get anywhere from 14 to like 24, and yeah, for the most part, I would say more the older games like Super Turbo, Street Fighter 2, um, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and we do host Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, but those have been like slowly declining, and I feel like the older games still hold up and people come out a bit more.
Yeah, I mean the old games, you know, they're always gonna have that the nostalgic feel, and that's what a lot of people are looking for in these arcade spaces. And when you go to events and tournaments, you have the you know the main stage with these new big games, but those fade super fast. The old rooms still always have all the old Street Fighters and the old Tekkens and everything hooked up, and people are playing them. So clearly,
Yeah.
the old stuff, it's got a lot of people that still want to play in that space. Um, what do you guys have available for sale by means of the video game front? Like you said, you guys sell some retro stuff. Like what is your inventory like?
So we sell a lot of video games and consoles. We have like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and 64. We sell a lot of fight sticks and video games in general. Um, a little bit of cards. We were trying to get into cards too, but yeah, just anything from Nintendo and up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's awesome that you guys found this balance between selling retro games, which are super popular and hot, and having arcade consoles and candy cabs. You guys have mostly like Blast City cabinets, right?
A few Blast, New Versus, and Astros
Okay.
Blast, Windy. Yeah, just it's a mixture of things. Um, in reality, like it's a lot of community based because a lot of these machines are good friends. So what happens is like you want to have an arcade machine or a candy cab, but in New York, realistically, it's not really possible to put in your apartment. And so a lot of friends hit me up. They're like, Steve, can I put this? Can I put that? And luckily, we had a lot of support from a good amount of friends like Beast, Lionplex, Super Joe, um, Andy, Jose. Just I probably forgot a few people, but yeah, it's a lot of this thing is driven by the community, and I appreciate their support. And once we have them here, we maintain them. Whenever they need new buttons, new sticks, we always keep them up and running.
Yeah, I mean, clearly you're very community driven because someone from your community reached out to me to even do the interview. I'm curious about the arcade side of it. Like, what are your three favorite things about running the arcade, and what are the three most difficult things you've learned in the last couple years with running the arcade?
I mean, the three favorite things would be just running events, hosting tournaments. I like to run brackets, just make people, have a nice space to play and feel comfortable, welcomed. And yeah, tournaments are always good, but we also like events. Like we'll have our Christmas party, Friendsgiving. um, Halloween party. Those are always good, and people always come out to hang out and have a good time. And the difficulties is just making it where you're covering all your bills, the rent, and making it profitable. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. So a lot of times, even if you're breaking even, it has to there has to be a point where it has to make some money for emergencies. But yeah, I mean, this arcade, we all love it, but at the end of the day, we're at a point where we have to make some changes, and you know, just to keep it alive, and hopefully with the support of everyone, people coming out, we could we could keep it alive.
How do you guys charge? Do you charge for people to like come in and play, or do you charge by tournament, or what is your pay model?
So the way it works is you pay the $16, you're able to enter the arcade, and initially we were doing $10 per tournament. So that we sort of changed now. We're doing, instead of the $10, we're doing $5 to enter the tournament. And we since we started, um I mean, I'm the owner, but I'm also like a TO, I tournament organizer for my own tournaments. And what I would do is for each game, I would put like $100, $50 pot bonuses. So that has actually taken like a toll on us too, because after adding everything up, we're every month we're giving away from 800 to 1,200 in prizes. And for now, we're taking a break on the pot bonuses, and hopefully the community understands. And just trying to find different ways to not lose so much money. And yeah, pretty much the venue fee is $16. Even if you don't enter the tournaments, you could watch or you could play casuals. Once the tournament starts, we set a couple of machines or setups dedicated for the tournaments, but there's still a lot of setups open for a variety of games. And hopefully with these changes, it'll it'll sort of make people want to join more of these tournaments, since it's like $5 less. And yeah, just see how it goes from here.
Yeah, I like the idea of like having a little bit to get in, then you be able to play any game. I think that's a great model for you guys. That's really all I had for you for questions, Esteban. So just shout out social medias, let people know about how they can support the arcade, and shout out anybody in the community that you wanna give a holler to.
Yeah, so we, like you mentioned before, we do have a campaign. One of my one person that we work with our merchandise, Ariel Mendoza on Twitter, is I could pull up the link, but pretty much if you guys want to support, you could pick up a shirt, and he's uh he's giving us 70% of whatever sales towards the store. The campaign is we're trying to sell 1,600 shirts. Last time I got an update, we're like close to 200. But yeah, if you guys have Twitter, it's Art Pixel, Art Pixels 305, and the link should be there. And yeah, I mean, a shout out just to everybody who's ever hosted an event with us. I always appreciate it too, because I can't take all the credit. There's a lot of people that have supported us. There's people that host their own events here. I can name a few. I'm probably gonna forget a few too, but For example, Mega Man X with a Super Turbo, um, Mutant with a Third Strike, and Chris with Virtual Fighter, AXG with Def Jam 5 in New York, and Escalante with UMBC 3, and many others. You know, that's the thing too. This space is open to anybody who wants to host an event. We don't charge. You know, all we ask for is for people to pay the venue. And if you want to host a tournament or an event, you can always contact us. And yeah,
I love that you guys are like truly a community space. Like anybody can come in and host an event. That's awesome, and it's great for Brooklyn to have a place like that where they can, run their own tournaments. Like Def Jam, Fight for New York. Like that's such a hard game to come across, and it's expensive nowadays. So being able to
yeah.
go and play it somewhere is awesome, and I loved that game growing up.
Hmm.
Well, Esteban, I just want to say thank you for coming on and sharing your story. I'm going to put all the links down in the description so that people can check you guys out and go buy some merch. For anybody that's still watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps us a ton. The wave will continue to grow. We can all ride it together. Go check out Esteban's Arcade. Buy some games from him. Buy a t-shirt. And if you're looking to bring an indie game into your arcade, don't forget the website is live. Everything is on there. If you want one of those games, just shoot me a message or just hit the buy now button and it should take you right to the page. Until next time, peace.